Yeah, I think Priest is okay. Yeah, it was that was his first big match. Proud of him. Proud of the growth that I've seen over the years from Punishment Martinez to Damian Priest, who's now the champion of one of the longest running, well, the longest running episodic television show in the history of television, which is Monday Night Raw. I think he's okay. I haven't heard anything about it. But like I said, like with the scheduling, it's if there was ever a time for it to happen, it's good for that thing to happen now, because now if he does have an injury, with us going to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and the Money in the Bank over there next month, let's just keep him off the show. Let's keep him out the pay-per-view. Let him heal up his wounds. Let him just stay back and just prepare for this big looming showdown with the leader of Imperium, the King of the Ring 2024 winner in Gunther for SummerSlam at the beginning of August.
All right, all right. Can I just say something right now about this match? Does anybody really want to see Damian Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam? I'm being dead serious. Like, this is not a match that I want to see. I don't have any interest in it whatsoever. I know Priest is the champion, but he has not been built up to a credibility level at any point in the past 2 years to make me think that he can step in the ring with someone like Gunther, who's been built like an unstoppable monster, and have a snowball's chance in hell of winning that match. Like, if they go through with Priest versus Gunther, I see no scenario that Gunther doesn't leave SummerSlam with that title.
Well, I see. It looks like that's their plan, and that's been their plan from the jump when he won the tournament. And I get what you're saying, because I was in the same aspect of when Triple H came out there and made the announcement on WWE.com. They're saying, "Oh, well, let's go ahead and announce the main event for Clash of the Castle. It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest." I get that Drew McIntyre is from Scotland, so yeah, you want to go ahead and make that announcement to get those ticket sales. But I wasn't excited to see McIntyre versus Priest either, a heel versus heel. But the way that they've been building these heavyweights, it's like a Titan versus Titan, a big heavyweight versus heavyweight battle. And I get what you're saying, but as far as nobody being excited, yeah, I'm really not excited for Gunther versus Priest. I will meet with you on that. But if there was anybody for Gunther to beat to win his first ever World Heavyweight Championship, I have no problem with it being Damian Priest.
I'm still hoping that Triple H has something up his sleeve. And between now and SummerSlam, they're going to do some kind of trade that sends Imperium to SmackDown. And then instead of Gunther versus Priest, we get Gunther versus Cody. Because I think that's a much bigger marquee match for SummerSlam than Priest versus Gunther. And I don't know if they're going to do it, but Ludwig Kaiser is he dates Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
she's over there on SmackDown, and maybe they want to Triple H is normally pretty big on letting the couples stay on their own brand that they're on. So the fact that they're separated to me is a bit odd. So I'm hoping that maybe they move them over there, unless they have bloodline plans for Cody going into SummerSlam. But they kind of tease that might be the Money in the Bank match after what happened with Cody last night at Clash at the Castle. It might be Cody and Solo at Money in the Bank. So
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. And personally, I think everybody's trying to break up Gunther and Tiffany. That's what I think they're hoping.
You mean Kaiser?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Gunther's married to Ginny.
Yeah,
from former NXT UK talent.
Yeah,
so there's nothing to break up there. Yeah, and I would never try to interfere in any of Gunther's affairs.
No,
because that is a decision that will probably get you hurt.
Yeah, I'll get you chopped. Get you chopped real good. But no, shout out to Gunther and Jenny. They just had a baby too recently.
Yeah,
shout out to them.
Awesome.
But Mark, that's what I was just telling you about before we went to break. How I feel like I wish whoever won the King of the Ring, they could have chosen which champion on which brand they could have faced. But I get what Triple H is trying to do. I think he wants to keep that stipulation and that option only for the winner of the Royal Rumble.
Well, I think one thing, and like I had brought up earlier, is you could have a very interesting scenario, and I think Damian Priest is going to end up being the sacrificial lamb in all this.
Yes, he is.
But you're going to could end up having a scenario where you're going to have the belt kind of passing between Gunther, McIntyre, and Punk, You know, and geez, what happens when Seth Rollins gets back too? I mean, this could get very interesting.
And who knows who wins Money in the Bank?
Right,
Because
and
all signs at the moment are pointing to Jey Uso winning Money in the Bank. But I've also heard
with the
rumblings
Yeet case, yes,
that they would want to do. I've heard rumblings of Finn Balor as well to create some dissension in Judgment Day with Damian Priest. So I don't know. Money in the Bank is going to be very interesting, and I think that will really help paint the picture of what we're going to expect at SummerSlam.
But like you just said, Matt, I hope they do go that route because you've been a wrestling fan like me. So you remember last year, if they do that route, this is the route that they should have took last year because Damian Priest, he won the Money in the Bank, and then Finn Balor had all those consistent, those multiple chances at the World Heavyweight title against Seth Rollins, which I felt he should have won one, and that would have gave us this storyline that you just asked for, which was put the decision was in Judgment Day, where it should have been Finn Balor as the World Heavyweight Champion, and then Damian Priest had the Money in the Bank case, and that could have been dissension there. So this year, I hope that they do go that route. Let's have Finn Balor win the Money in the Bank case, and let's tease some dissension between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. That could ultimately be the thing that costs Damian Priest his World Heavyweight title against Gunther. And then when Gunther wins it, then you have a returning Seth Rollins come back to SummerSlam, and now he's over here having his big stare down with Gunther and Seth Rollins.
Do you hear what we're saying right now? And this is not, and I'm not slamming anybody. I just want you to picture all of this that we're talking about. About 3 years ago, we had maybe 2 to 3 guys that we could have even considered being in the championship picture. And that was it. Do you hear what we're talking about now? We're talking about 7, 8, and more people being in the championship picture for these 2 titles. That's awesome. Awesome.
I would say the top 2 companies in wrestling, when their rosters are 100% healthy, it is an embarrassment of riches with how many people can be in the main title picture right now. It is a tremendous time to be a fan of professional wrestling.
It absolutely is.
It hasn't been this good in over 2 decades. People, honestly, if people that didn't grow up on this don't know how good they have it right now.